All right, I remembered to, I'm so happy I remembered to record. Great. All righty, let me go ahead and share with you guys. All right. Where's share screen? Okay. All right. Can everybody see? I'm on Barris here. Can you guys all see that? Sounds like most of you are using cloudCMA, but I'll just touch on a few things in there that maybe hopefully will be helpful. So there's two different ways to access. Well, there's three different ways, but from Barris, there's two ways to access cloudCMA. You can, on this dashboard, your main homepage dashboard of Barris, you can click right here on cloudCMA and it will take you directly there. You also can access it from any of your listings or any property sites or the MLS properties. Let me pull this up. I was doing a search here. So if you are doing a market analysis for a property, you can go in and decide on what properties you're going to include in the market analysis. You can do your search, find comparable properties, and then pop those into cloudCMA, or you can have cloudCMA do it for you. And I'll show you, I never used to do that because I thought, I'm not going to let an automated thing do it for me, but they're pretty good at they bring a lot more than you actually need. And so if it's a kind of a straightforward, you can utilize that cloudCMA. I think it's called I forget what it's called, Quick something. But normally what I would suggest doing is doing your research, finding all the properties that you want to include on your CMA, and then popping them into a cart. I'm sure you guys have seen that before. I'm going to just show you. So I just did a search this morning on some properties, and let's say I decide this one on Wagner Road it's not working, is a good comp for my property. Then I'm going to go up here to add to cart. So if you aren't using carts, it's a really nice way to organize and bundle properties together. So it's really nice. I even use carts when I'm setting up and we're going to go look at 5 homes. I'm going to do 4 or 5 show, or even 2 or 3. I put them all into a cart so that I have access to them all in one place. So you just click add to cart. If you haven't, I'm sure most of you guys know all this and are using this, but just in case anybody's not using these carts, I do want to point it out. You can either add to a cart you already have established, or just create a new cart. Like this is a sample cart today. And then any property that I continue to add, then that will be an option. You go to add to existing and it shows you, what did I just call that? Sample. So you scroll down and you find the cart that you want to put it in. So once you have a cart full of properties, let's see, what was there we go. This is a card I was messing around with this morning. You can choose the properties that you want included, and then you just come up here to the top left and click on CMA. And you have the option to do that CMA package, or click here for cloudCMA. So this is how to access cloudCMA if you want to choose the properties yourself beforehand. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and it takes you over to cloudCMA. Now, if you haven't used cloudCMA, it is a good idea to go in, set up your profile, add your photo, make sure all your contact information is accurate, because it will then automatically populate from then on into all the CMAs that you do. So you'll want to name Sally Sample. And you need to put in a property address. It's gonna pop up something here. Let's see if there's one with this. Here we go. There's a 148 Main Street in St. Helena, or let's do Occidental. I find I get St. Helena. Okay, so this one says there's no tax data. I'm gonna try a different address because normally it will, if you have a real address. Okay, none of these are working. I'm just gonna use my address because then I know it's real, right? Here we go. And then it'll show you here tax data found, and it will automatically input for you bedroom, bath, and you can check it. If it's incorrect, you can change it. It's really nice on here to include a cover photo. So once you create the CMA, the cover photo will, if you don't put a photo here, it will just be a map of the property, like a Google overhead shot. But if you add a photo, then it'll have the photo of the house on the front page of the CMA. And I think I've had a lot of people comment on that. So let me see if I can find something really quick here. Okay, here's one of my old listings. So I'm going to pop that in. You can adjust the photo, crop it, what have you. Maybe there we go. And it's just nice. It personalizes that market analysis for them. So you can make notes here, but basically you just want to make sure this is all accurate. Now, when you scroll down, you'll see that on the left side that I did, this says exact listings. And so this is actually the listings that I chose over there in Barris, or you can do this quick and dirty. This is especially helpful if you don't have a lot of time, right? Somebody calls you and say, hey, can you come over in an hour and a half to look at my home? I'm thinking about listing. You can just do something really quick and let cloudCMA pick the listings for you. And then you can go in cloudCMA and change and delete and decide which ones actually get included. So I'm going to switch over and do automatically find listings near the subject property. I'm going to ask it to find me, 20 listings. And I'm going to say in the last 8 months. You can add more criteria if you want. And then once you have that filled out, you can say, okay, go ahead and fetch the listings. It will either fetch the ones that you had updated or the quick and dirty. So I have it doing the quick and dirty. I'm going to fetch the listings. It says it's fetching. My dog's faster than this. Sometimes I have to reload because it gets stuck when I'm on Zoom for some reason. As we go along here, if you guys are doing something different on cloudCMA, please holler out, because I know that all these programs, there's so many little ways you can do things. There's so many little nuances that, you guys are all doing it every day too. So it's really nice to include that. And it is not working.
Heather, I think it might be because it's trying to decide between the ones you have listed on the left and the automatic find. So that may be why it's being so.
Yeah, I don't think so, because I do that a lot, actually. Oh, maybe you were right, though. I deleted them and now it's happier.
And Heather, where do you adjust or input your personal data? Is that under?
Oh, yes.
Top
I'm
right?
sorry. I forgot to show you that here. Let me pop over and I will show you. Thank you for asking. So I'm going to just enter. I'm back on the Barris main site. I'm going to click on cloudCMA here. So it'll take me to the home of cloudCMA. You do have to log in the first time with your Barris information. But right up here, this is just like anytime you go right into cloudCMA. Up here on the top right is your little lovely picture or a little avatar. You click on that and then you go to account settings. And then in account settings, you have a lot of different options. You can change your photo, which would be nice to just like center mine, huh? But you want to make sure all your data here is accurate. Once you make any changes, make sure you save. Oops. And you can go in to make sure your contact information is all correct. Over here on the left is all the things if you want to change your password. Couple of cool things is when you're in cloudCMA, you know, they have all those different pages you can add, like intelligent pricing and state information about staging. You can actually write your own pages, right? So if you want to do a page of your testimonials, or you want to do a page specifically that you're going to write about staging or pricing or what have you, you can come over here into custom pages, and then you can just add it right here. So like, for instance, here's some, you can add any you want just from your computer. I would just put it right in here. Or you can come in here and create a resume, do a testimonial page, do a cover letter. There's templates in here. And then once you save those, then you'll have access to them in cloudCMA to add them to all of your CMAs. So that is how you change all your personal information. All right. Let's see, where was I here? Okay, so back to, did you see how to do that, Eric?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Okay, yeah, you bet, you bet. And I love those custom pages. They're pretty nice, that you can go in and make up, you know, have it be from you instead of, and you just do it one time and then it's saved in here. Okay, so I did the quick and dirty, and as you can see, it has a whole bunch of different prices. It's got some in gray. So I think I told it to take 10, or did I say 20? Oh, it looks like 20. Anyways, so you can go and adjust this, and I'll show you how to in a minute, but it does give you a nice overview on the these. Let's see, so it's a subject property, and like this one down here at 529, that one's pretty far away, so it's less likely that that's going to be a good comp, you know, but it does give you that overview, which is nice. So you can either put in here exact price, you know, you can put, let's see, what's our average here? Our average price here was 620,000. So maybe you're going to put exactly 620. Or you can put a range. Okay, I suggest you pricing it between 599 to 625. I'm just making things up here. But you can also, well, that's not good. You can also put a range. And so, or you can leave it blank and then it doesn't come up on your CMA. So however you want to do it. Right here, this price guide and net sheet is pretty handy if you're trying to comprehend really quickly what price. You just click on that and it gives you a nice quick vision into the comps that are there. You know, this one, obviously the low is 337, the high is 985. That's outrageous. You want to go in and change, you know, remove some of those listings, but it gives you what the range, what they're suggesting. So at least it can kind of help you factor in what price you might want to recommend. And it does factor in here what your what the square footage, the average square foot price is. I love that I don't have to do the math, so it's right here. So I leave this up, and then you can come down here and look at all of those properties that came up on that quick and dirty. Or if you have brought your own listings, or you know, your own properties over, you can do the same thing. You can go through here and take a second look and say, okay, you know what? I do not want a property that is $300,000 below my suggested, right? That's taking, you know, with averages, right? You take out the highest one and you take out the lowest ones. So I'm going to take that, and all you have to do is click on it. It's not letting me. Isn't that funny? Oh, there we go. All right, so I just took that one out, and you'll see it changes all your numbers. Okay, that actually increased my suggested price range, or the automated suggested price range. But so you can go through this. You can also go in here and do details and adjustments if you want, where you can actually, you know, if you're trying to consider whether or not to include this one, just click on details and adjustments. It's got the information right there, photos. I haven't seen inside this one. I walk by this house all the time. And if you want to make any changes, you can make changes in here as well, and then you just update it as you go. Let's
Heather, a
see.
question about the summary of prices.
Uh-huh.
Does that include active and contingent? Normally it would just be sold.
So if you take a look over on the left-hand side, the first one listed is everything that popped up. The second one is just the active properties, and then the last one is just the sold properties. So it depends on how you want to do it. If you want to, you can see here on the right, the summary of listings, there's what came over with that automatic quick and dirty. It was 2 active, 1 contingent, 3 pending, and 13 sold. So it just depends on how you want to do it. If you don't want anything except for solds, then you can just come over and just remove. Here's a whole bunch. These are all, I'm going to close this down so we don't have that. These are all sold, 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 closed, closed, closed. Okay, here's the contingent ones. If you want to remove those, just click on them. Or if you want to add more in. All right. Yeah. So once you've got to the properties that you want, let's see, I'm going to take out 513. I'm going to take out 475. How many listings or how many properties do you usually include in a market analysis?
10.
10? Okay. How about everybody else?
Depends
Yeah, I
on.
was gonna say 8 to 10.
8 to 10?
5 or 10.
Okay. Good, good. Okay, great. So we're all right in there. What's that?
It just really depends on how many properties you're finding on there. Sometimes you
Mhm.
don't find 10.
Right.
And sometimes they're really like the ones you took off, they're way out of whack.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good point.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. I love to get 10. That's perfect, but it can be hard. You're right. And you can even use cloudCMA just because the layout is so beautiful. You can even just use it before you've seen a property and just take over what the 3 or 4 homes right in their neighborhood. If it's just the 3 or 4 homes, they're going to say, oh, our neighbor just sold. You can even use this for that, and then just call it something else, right? Don't call it a market analysis, just call it neighborhood sales. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute, but I like that. So we're all about between 8 and 12 properties to be included. How many do I have here? Seems like a lot still, but that's okay. We're just using this as a sample. All right, so I'm going to close that down. It has now, with changing that, it has continued to increase. Let's see, based on just the sold homes, it's suggesting between 598 to 635. That's nice. It's kind of helping narrow down there a little bit. And it does show you over on the right, the summary as well of the prices, the median, the average. So it kind of helps you stay on target. Now, once you've chosen the properties to include, just click on Customize Report and that. There we go. And then you will come to this page and you can do all the things you want to make the report exactly how you want it. Sorry, I'm having trouble with where the photo is.
Heather, could I ask you a question?
Yes, please do.
Do you did kind of skipped over the adjustments? Do you do adjustments on yours? Because I do a lot with Liz. She does the adjustments and I usually don't because I'm not that comfortable with making those pricing decisions. So can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I don't do a lot with adjustments either, but I think I'm in the same place as you. I don't, I'm not super comfortable, on how to make adjustments, right? Is a pool, for some people it's a benefit and for other people it's not. So is that going to increase the value or not? But if there is adjustments that you want to make, then you can do it right there on, sorry, I don't know why I'm not seeing the screen anymore. Okay, there we go. how about anybody else? Is anybody else making regular adjustments on their market analysis?
And I will say that Lori Paris, because she was an appraiser for years
Oh.
before she became a realtor, at
Yeah.
one time she created a sheet that would talk about the adjustment. So for the people that maybe don't know what an adjustment is, you know, you can add value or take away value for a house. Like say you're comparing a 3-bedroom to a 2-bedroom, you could take off $50,000 for a bedroom. But that's what, you know, Heather and I were both saying, that we don't really understand. I'm not real comfortable on what the value of a bedroom might be, or a garage, or
Yes.
RV parking, or all those things. But
Yes.
some agents just go, okay, that would be worth 20,000 or 30,000 or 50,000, and they'll add that to the price.
Yeah, you know, an original kitchen compared to a fully updated kitchen, you know, I mean, the cost of that can be 50 to 100,000 to do, but how do we increase the value of that? I mean, it definitely has an increased value. Maybe you add 30,000 to it, what have you. I would love to see Lori's, if she's got some guidelines on that, because you know, I've reached out to contractors and appraisers and kind of asked, can you give some guidelines? But I think it's such a moving target. I haven't really gotten a good answer. So I'll reach out to Lori if she has something. I'd love to share it.
Yeah, and I'll look and see. I think I may have it somewhere in my files, but it was quite a while ago. I don't know if it's different now.
Right. See if she can update it for us. Great. Thank you. Yeah, because that's not something I do a lot of either. But I think it could be valuable. I know that that's a good way to look at a property. You know, unfortunately, sometimes we'll see two properties and not be able to clearly understand why one sold for 50,000 higher. You know, they'll seem very comparable, and without going into the properties, it can be a little hard to tell for sure. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so here I just brought all of the listings over, and now we are on the customized CMA report, and you can make changes like the theme. I believe automatically it comes up as this modern green, which is our Better Homes color, which is great. If not, just click on that and you can add it. And you can click here on the layout, how you want the listings to be shown. I have the 2 photos up top and then all the information below. Oh, I have to move my photo again. There we go. Right here is where, if you ever want to not call this a market analysis. So like I said, occasionally I will just use this tool when I just want to show 3, 4, 5 homes that have sold in their neighborhood that aren't even necessarily comparable. Maybe I haven't seen the house already. You can go in and change this. Just click on edit and you can call it neighborhood sales. And it will then, on the front of your, instead of market analysis, it'll just say neighborhood sales. Just make sure you click save or it doesn't save it, and it will default back to comparative market analysis. But you can change that right there, which is nice. And then you want to just go in and take a look at the different pages that you want included. You know, I think we all have a standard, right? We want a title page. We like a map of the listings. You can click on any of these and you will see what it's going to look like. So here is my comparative market analysis with the photo and the information. So there's my cover page. So you can look at any of these that are listed here and get a preview of it, basically. You can choose.
You changed it to neighborhood sales, but it didn't stick.
I didn't save it. Yeah, I didn't save it because we're going over market analysis. Yeah, so if I click save, whoops, it's not letting me. Isn't that funny? It doesn't like it today. All right, I'll go back to comparative market analysis. Anyways, yeah, it defaults back to comparative market analysis. So I'm not going to bother changing it. So map of all the listings is nice so that your clients can see, okay, here's my purple home. And, you know, they can look and they go, oh yeah, no, this one over on the other side of Yalupa, that one's not, you know, or what have you. They can see where they're located. The listings come up with the 2 photos the way I have it set up. And then all the information about the property. Now, one thing that I think is a little weird on this one works out pretty well because you can see it shows the 2 photos, a bunch of info, and the second page still has quite a bit of info. Sometimes this will have the remarks is the only thing on the second page. And then it's a little weird. Like sometimes it's only 1 line and you have almost a blank page. What I usually do is when I print it up, I just take those out. That's the only way that I've really seen to solve that. Otherwise, it feels like there's a lot of blank pages, which is not great. But then I usually add in this extra photos because I think that's what clients really want to take a look at, right? Is the other comparable properties. They want to see what that kitchen looks like. They want to see what that bathroom looks like. And that gives them access. And you can either print these or you can share them digitally, which I'll show you how to do as well. So as you're going through here, just choose what you want included and what you don't. Over on the left, anything below this premium you have to pay extra for, so stay above the green. And you can just click on these and decide what you want included, right? Do you want a suggested list price? Now, I don't use this net sheet in here. I don't love it because it doesn't adjust automatically. It doesn't give you well, at least I haven't discovered a way to use a percentage for commissions. You just have to put a number. So I'll show you the other 2 options that I use for net sheets, but we'll go over that in a minute. So you just determine what you want to include. And once you've got all the pages in there, and if you've added any pages, they will be here as well. So if you want to say you want to include this analysis chapter, you just click on the green plus. And if you want to remove any of these, you just click on the red minus. Once you've got it all dialed in, you just click publish report. This takes a minute or 2. I think it would be great for us to have a kind of a mastermind or brainstorming where we're just all talking about how we pick comparable properties and intelligent pricing and, especially in this market, determining how to price properties. Definitely challenging. I think it's one of the most important things we do and can be the most challenging. Okay, so this is ready now. There's a couple of ways you can share this. You can view the PDF, which just actually gives you a PDF that then you can either download and attach to an email, or you can print it right from here. I'm not going to wait for that to do its thing. Oh, good. I can't get up to because it's still busy.
Heather, can you
Yeah.
show how to compress these? Because that's a problem I've had. It's been too big of a file.
You know what I do instead is
What?
I just send them a link. I
Oh.
can show you how to compress it, but yeah, you can just send them a link. You can put it into your email as a link and they just click on it and don't even have to download it, or they download it. It's not attached then.
So it's just a link that's at the top here.
Yeah.
you're looking at.
No,
No?
actually, let
No?
me show you. I can't, it's not letting me access my top toolbar. Arg. All right, what do I have to do? Anybody know how I access I have the Zoom things in front of here comes my son's gonna help me. I need to get behind the Zoom bar to click on.
Nope. Which this one?
Yeah. Nope, it's still there.
Should-
Sorry. The 15-year-old to the rescue.
Always.
Oh, he does.
Should be something to wait.
To shrink that down or something. Hide video
No,
panel. Okay.
Hide that. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay. Can you guys still see this? I can't see you guys, so.
What did you just do?
My son just hid the panel of the Zoom instructions.
Oh,
Just
Yes, we
because
can
I
see
couldn't.
the CMA.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's go back over to where it shows your CMA is ready.
uh-huh.
Then right below that, it says here, copy PDF link.
Oh, okay.
And so you can just click on that, link copied, and then what I do, this is how I do it, is I go in, I open up an email I'm gonna mail to someone, and I will type, click here to access your comparative market analysis. And then if you just highlight this, you go up to insert.
We're not seeing.
You're
what
not seeing
not
what you're
seeing this?
highlighting. We're not seeing your
Okay.
email.
All right. Thank you. I will go back. Hopefully this will work. Now that, let's see. Where'd you guys go? I've lost you.
We're on the page that says copy PDF link, that page.
Yeah,
Your
but I
CMA is
can't.
ready.
Yeah, I can't get over to where I can see you guys. That's very weird. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out. Because he hid you. No, I've lost you guys. Okay. Well, anywho, so what I do, I'll just explain it. Hopefully that will work, and I can try again in a minute, but I just type out whatever I want to call it, like click here to access your CMA, and then I highlight that, and then in the top of your email program, there should be an insert button.
Yes.
And then you just click on that, and then you paste that PDF link in there. And so when your client gets that email from you, it'll just say, click here to access. They can click on that and it'll take them right over to this, the PDF. There also is view live, which I just clicked on. And that, like, if you are meeting with someone and you're going to go over this with them in person, let's see how long it takes. Then you can go through this right there with them, and it's like a live, you can click on different things. It looks like this. So it's a kind of a cool, just a different way to present it. That's, pretty much in line with our Better Homes, kind of the image that we have out there, what our marketing folks do. It's pretty nice. Okay, any questions on that? No, okay. I've got all sorts of weird things on my computer. I'm hoping that I can find you guys. I just can't find you.
Do you use the
Kind
make
of
a
driving.
flyer?
I don't. I usually just have Haley make a flyer, or now one of our new people. But you certainly can. Let's see. Yeah, I have not done that. I always have Haley do it. There is kind of a cool thing you can do in cloudCMA as well. Let's see, where is it? Here you go. So can you guys see cloudCMA again? Can you guys see cloudCMA again or no?
It says your CMA is ready, Sally sample.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great. So over on the right, if you go hover over your profile picture, or your little avatar there, there's also in there, there's lead generation. You can actually, I'm going to click on this. You can create a little, basically a landing page that looks just like this, that then you can copy and paste into social media. And so people can go in, it'll look just like this, but with all your info, and they can go in and put their property, and then it will give them a little rough, automated CMA, and it'll tell you they've done it. So then you can reach out to them and say, hey, I saw you requested a CMA. Do you want more information or what have you? So that can be kind of a fun thing to pop up, once a month or something on your Facebook or your Instagram or what have you, if you're trying to get, let people know that you're a realtor.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Before I go over to NetSheets, any questions on cloudCMA? All right. So NetSheets, I love NetSheets. There are two main ways that I like to do NetSheets. Let me just show you. In CAR, there is a very detailed NetSheet that you can fill out and provide for your clients. And can you guys see this? It says estimated seller proceeds.
Yes.
Okay. So this is what it looks like when you prepare it through the CAR estimated seller proceeds. If you want to use this form, and then let me show you what it looks like if you create it through Barris. I created one earlier. Where is it? Here we go. Oops. Okay. This is what it looks like if you create one through Barris. So I personally like this one, the
Haven't
Barris.
seen that.
Oh, it's not popping up for you guys?
No.
Darn it. Let's see if there's a way I can make that happen. All right, I may just have to create a new one in Barris so you can see it, because that's on a different screen and it doesn't seem to be working. So anyways, this is the CAR one. This one you can go right into zip forms and you just fill out the information. I prefer the one from Barris. I think it looks really nice and is really clean and doesn't have a lot of too much information. If you really want to get detailed, I think the CAR form is really nice because you can really get a lot of information. I do find that people sometimes get a little overwhelmed by this one. It uses terms that a lot of, our regular clients don't know, like total encumbrances and demand and reconveyance fees. So it's more technical. So I'm going to show you the Barris one, which is my preference. Just so, because that's the one I like to use. And then the CAR one is always there if you want to get a little bit more detailed like that. Okay, so I am now back in Barris. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay, so in Barris, all you need to do is just choose one listing. That's all you need to do to get access to the CMA package. And that's where you're going to access the NetSheet in Barris. So I had a listing I already chose from earlier. Then I clicked on CMA. And it brings me to this page. And then I'm just going to click here on CMA package. It does give you these other options that you can always explore. But then you click go in the top left. And I'm just going, you do have to have a person, someone in there. So if this is, say, someone just called you and you're talking about potentially listing their property, you can add them in. I'm going to give them a sample. Oh, I spelled that wrong. And you have to give them a group, their prospect, and an email. I just need one for samples. All right, then you save it. I should have just used a existing one. Once you choose your contact, then you're going to get this big page. Now, if you're not going to use this for CMA, skip everything and go directly here to assemble package, right? Skip property adjustments, everything. If you want to do adjustments, this is a good program to do it in as well. But to do the net sheet, just go here to assemble package. And then at the very bottom is the estimated net proceeds worksheet. My apologies. Oh, there's someone at my door. And then you just click on create. I will be right back.
No, she wanted to talk to them.
What? Okay, yeah, come on in. Luna. No, but get Luna. Here, you can come here to the kitchen island.
Okay, I knew you were teaching. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, can't happen with dogs,
I
right?
know I have to.
Okay. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. All right, you guys here with me? All right, can you guys all see the estimated net sheet? Uh-oh, did I
Yeah.
lose everybody? Okay, good, good. Sorry. Somebody was at the door there. Okay, so with the net sheet, I like to keep it, I suggest keeping it fairly simple and straightforward.
We're not seeing it.
Oh, you're not seeing it, darn it.
I'm sorry. Yes, we are.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
seeing it.
Okay, good. Good, good. Okay. So yeah, right now it's just embarrassed. So it doesn't look fabulous. It'll look fabulous here in a few minutes.
Okay.
So all you need to do is put in the information that you have. So I'm going to put in the address and you want to estimate when it's going to close. So, you know, really this is a estimate. So I'm going to say, it's going to go on the market August 15th. So maybe we'll close around September 15th. I'm just throwing out an estimate here. We are not in Marin, we're in Sonoma. And I'm going to say the property is going to sell for $750,000. Here's a little bit of a tricky part. This is a little, if you know what someone's mortgage balance is, it's really helpful to find out what their actual net proceeds are going to be, right? But
Mhm.
often you're not going to know. So you can either leave it blank or you can look at their tax records and try to get an estimate.
Mhm.
Or I have, you know, I used to be very uncomfortable about asking people, but now I just tell them, hey, I'd really like to create a net sheet, you know, a sheet that's going to show what your proceeds are going to be. What is your current outstanding balance on your mortgage? People are very easy to, you know, comfortable telling you or telling me. So you just kind of have to see what your comfort level is. If you've never met someone, probably don't ask them. But if you have, and you've been talking to them, you know, usually people are happy to share that. So if you've got some estimates about what they're out, you know, what they owe on their mortgage, what their interest rate is, again, you can estimate that. At least it's going to get them in the ballpark of what they might actually get out of the house. I leave everything else blank. And then I go down to, okay, what are the broker fees? Okay, 2.5%. 3%, whatever you are going to offer to them. The seller doesn't, you know, not very often pays the escrow fees, so I leave that blank. You can determine what your deed tax is depending on where you're located, right? If it's $2.10, it does all the factoring for you. You have to decide if you want to do the include inspections. You know, I often don't because the seller pays for them. You know, if I get the seller to pay for them up front, or maybe I put them in here so that I, you know, I get, let's talk about inspections today, right? I want to include that. And then if you look on their tax records and find out what their taxes are they're paying, and then it will prorate it for you depending on, you know, from the date that you estimated you'd close. So again, this is an estimate. It is not exactly what they're going to get out of it, but it does help people kind of get a better understanding of what their proceeds are going to be. Now, just a comment on selling price. I think it's a really good practice to, well, there's a couple different ways you can approach it, but if you're just going to do one net sheet, I would do kind of worst case scenario, right? I would do the low price that you think they're most likely going to get for the house, under promise and over perform, right? So that when they get more, it just means they get more proceeds. I also have done this, and it can work really well to play with numbers for them, right? So maybe you put, okay, if you maybe they're talking about that they have a potential buyer that, and it wouldn't go on the market, they would offer them, that, oh, you could offer them a little bit lower commission. So then maybe they could take a lower price. Then you can throw those in here and give them another sample. Okay. If you sold for just $725 or if you end up selling for $800. So you can do different things and do multiple different sheets to give them if you want. The only other thing I put in here is a natural hazard disclosure. Whatever you are estimating that's going to cost. You can take a look at the bottom to get an idea of what those proceeds are going to be. And then when you click run report, it comes up with this, I think, very nice looking, simple net sheet.
Heather,
Shows them what they're.
what does settlement services total mean?
Settlement services, that would be escrow and title fees.
Okay, gotcha, thanks.
Yeah, and it could be if you were doing a buyer's sheet, then it would also include any loan fees, right? Any settlement.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's this really nice, clear. I think, on here it's so they're in this settlement services. They're including the broker fees. They're including the tax, the deed tax. Looks like that's
Okay.
everything that's included on here. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can check it out, and at the bottom it's just nice and clear. Hey, I circle this in green. I have these great green pins. And I go, look, if we get this price, this is how much cash you're going to walk away with. And then I talk about, hey, if you get, every $5,000 more on the selling price adds $5,000 to your proceeds. So it's just a nice, really nice way. I've never had anybody sign this. I've never even noticed there was a place for signature on there. But anyways, and all of this, your logo and all your information will automatically come from Barris. So all you need to
look like when it's printed out? It
looks just like this. This is
really?
exactly how, yep. If you print it here, it looks exactly like this. Yep. Yeah, I think it's a nice, clean, the CAR form has a lot of great info. You can get more in depth. You can add more to this as well. Like if you do have an HOA, what have you. But to me, it's just a nice, clean net sheet. And I often will take this with me on a listing appointment as one more little bit of info. Like, okay, usually I only do that though, and I recommend doing it when you are when you have already talked with them some, right? Not that I'm not going to probably take this when I just have no idea. I've never seen the house. I don't know anything about it. I'll usually bring this a little later. Maybe I'll bring this to the actual listing appointment where we're going to sign the documents or what have you. So yeah. All right. Any questions on that?
So it just looks like the form you filled out. That's what it looks like. There isn't any finished product. That's just what it looks like. Is that right? Or am I not?
So
Do I have the wrong sheet?
Oh, so this is, can you see right now? In Barris, did you see the, did it not, is it not showing you the actual one with the green logo at the top?
No, yeah, it's not showing that.
Oh, bummer. Okay. All right. I don't know why I can't get it to do any windows. You know what I will do? I can send this to you guys to see. It looks much better.
See it, yeah.
Yeah, because it looks really nice and clean. It is not that form. It is just, I don't know why I can't get you guys to see this. Give me just a second. Let me play with it and see if I can. I don't know. I can't seem to. when my son hid that. Did you? I now no longer can find anything. Yeah. Well, I don't know any way to do that. Yeah, I'm not seeing how to do it now. Join meeting.
Looks like we've hit the 40-minute time limit.
Oh, I don't think that, oh no, that's just on my screen. That's not, that shouldn't be the case. I don't believe that Gary has that. Just give me a sec here. I'm still trying to figure it out. Zoom. Ha, here we go. Did this work? Let's see. Give me a sec. Oh. Still not doing it. Pin to taskbar. Okay. Yes, I cannot figure out how to do it. But what I can do is I can send this to you so you can take a look at it because it is really a nice sheet.
Great. And then maybe next time you can show us how to do this part because you will have figured it out. Because that's.
Yeah.
I-
So, I mean, yeah, you just click on run report and then it pops it up and it comes in a separate, it's just like when you run any reports for like listings or what have you in Barris,
Yeah.
it opens a separate window. And that's the only reason I can't show it to you is because it's in this separate window.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, which is odd. Close window. No, I don't want to cancel the meeting. So yes, but yeah, I can definitely show you guys next time because it is a very nice, clean, looks great. It looks like it should be part of your CMA package because it's got our nice logo on it and all your contact info at the bottom.
Okay, great.
Okay. Well,
you.
yeah, you bet. Any other questions? I'm sorry, I'm not able to share that right now.
That's okay.
All right. Any other questions or anything?
Not now.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, we'll get this up on the YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for coming. And I'm pretty good at sitting at my computer and talking you through if you're getting challenged with any of these. Feel free to give me a call and I'm happy to walk you through it, on your computer. Because I know sometimes when you watch it, you think you know where to click, but then when you sit down to do it, you're like, where was that button? So, just let me know. I'm happy to walk through. We can set up a time to do that if anybody wants to.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, you bet, you guys. Everybody have a good weekend and I will see you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.